What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Zach from Team Shadow Realm coming at you with another dope deck profile. Undefeated Dark Magicians. Let's get into it. Gotta run the namesake of the deck, signed copy, Arcana Magician, whatever you want. I like this one. 3, Magician's Rod. It's your Stratos, it's your Searcher. So basically, normal summon, and then you get to add 1 spell or trap that specifically lists Dark Magician in its text. Or it also has a graveyard effect, in which if it's in the graveyard and you activate a spell or trap during your opponent's turn, you can tribute 1 spellcaster on your field to bounce back. Next we run double Apprentice Illusion Magician. I don't like running 3, it gets too cloggy, but I think 2 works out really well. Basically, you can special summon it by discarding 1 card, and then you get to add a Dark Magician from your deck to your hand. So it's really good for searching off your last piece if you need it. Also, it works kind of like Honest. So if a Dark Spellcaster is in a battle, pretty much, you can send it from hand or field to grave, and then that Dark Spellcaster gains 2,000 attack and defense. So instantly, Rod becomes a 3,600 beater, Dark Magician 45. So it can get over some good stuff. Magician of Dark Illusion. I only like to run 2 of him for the same reason as this, too cloggy. But basically, you do want to see it in your hand, though. Just, you don't have to see it, though. Basically, if you activate a spell or trap during your opponent's turn, you can special summon it just because. And then, once per turn, or just once while it's on the field, if you activate a spell trap or monster effect, you can special summon a Dark Magician from your graveyard. So it's really good comboing with some of the Xyz. That's it for the Dark Magician engine. That's only 10 monsters, so it does run very little monsters. Blue Boy, double secrets, double knowledge. This is your spellbook engine. Blue Boy searches any of these, this searches any of these, and this is basically you can tribute 1 spellcaster on your field, or you can send 1 spellbook card from your hand to grave, then draw 2. So it's basically a +2. You just need to draw into 1 of those pieces, and then you get a draws. All right, now the actual cards, affiliated with the deck. We're gonna run 3 Dark Magical Circle. I only have 1 Secret Rare, sorry about it. Basically, on activation, you get a look at the top 3 cards in your deck, and then you get to add 1 Dark Magician or spell or trap that specifically lists Dark Magician. Once per turn, if you special summon a Dark Magician, you can banish 1 card on your opponent's field, or just on the field in general. But the only thing I don't like about it is it targets. Triple Terraforming, triple Secret Village. This card is insane. You guys need to run it. Basically, you want to see it as many times as possible. You want to go turn 1 in this deck. You want to plop a Secret Village, and any spellcaster, pass. So basically, if you control a spellcaster and your opponent doesn't, your opponent can't activate spells. Amazing against the meta. Double Eye of Timaeus. I only got 1 ultra rare. Ugh. Basically, tribute a Dark Magician, and then you get a special summon either Dark Magician, the Dragon Knight, or 1 Dark Paladin. Dark Magic Inheritance. Basically, a worse / better Rod at the same time. Banish 2 spell cards from your grave, and you do run a lot of spell cards, so that's not hard to do. And then you just get to add 1 Dark Magician spell or trap from your deck to hand. Illusion Magic, tribute 1 Dark Magician, or no, just tribute a spellcaster, and then you get to add 2 Dark Magicians from your hand and or graveyard. Double Pot of Duality, you don't really special summon in this deck on your first turn. The most you'll ever do is pretty much just normal summoning Rod, so it's really nice to draw into, because unless you have an Apprentice Illusion, this card's always live. 1 Dark Magic Attack, because this is searchable. It's basically a, what's it called? Harpy's Feather Dust. And yeah, you're going to search it with 3 Eternal Soul once per turn. You can activate this on your opponent's turn as well. You can either search a Dark Magic Attack from your deck to hand, or you can special summon a Dark Magician from hand or grave. Dark Magicians are unaffected by opponent's effects. That's insane. The only bad part about this card is if it's popped, or if it just leaves the field, you have to destroy all monsters you control. Triple Magician Navigation. I've seen people run 2 of this. I really dislike running 2 of it because I love having this in my graveyard. So basically, special summon 1 Dark Magician from hand, and then you get a special summon a level 7 or lower Dark Spellcaster from your deck. So literally any of them. And then, yeah, basically it has a graveyard effect as well, where you can just banish it if you control a Dark Magician, and then you get a nega spell or trap that's on the field. Opponent tries to Regeki, no. Your opponent tries to Upstart, no. Potter Desires, nope. It's crazy good. Full Force Virus, I hate this card, I need to take it out. Basically tribute a dark monster with, what is it, 2,000? Yeah, 2,000 or more defense, so basically Dark Magicians or Magician of Dark Illusion. Then you get to destroy basically all the hand traps, because hand traps are a big thing in the meta. Moving on to the extra deck, I don't run a full deck extra deck because I don't really use it ever. The only things I'll use are the fusions and occasionally an Ebon Illusion, which they're all really cheap, so you can pick them up. But if you want, you can also run a Galaxy Tomahawk with some links, and that's some pretty zesty combos. You can probably look that up somewhere else. All right, but I don't run it. I just run it because. 2 Dark Magician, the Dragon Knight. This card goes off Ion's Bias, and basically your opponent can't target your spells and traps, so it saves Eternal Soul from being popped, which would destroy all your monsters, so that's incredibly good. It's counted as Dark Magician on the field and graveyard. So
Eternal Soul can bring it back.
Yes, Eternal Soul can bring it back from your grave if they pop it, which is fantastic. Also, it will chain off of... Wrong. Dark Magical Circles effect to banish 1 if you hit it. 1 Dark Paladin. This is literally just for dragon decks. It's kind of great. Basically, you use it like a beat stick. So it gains 500 attack for every dragon on the field and or graveyards. And if your opponent tries to activate a spell card and you don't have... God, I keep looking the wrong one. 1 Secret Village on, then you get to discard 1 card, neg. So it is pretty good. But as Flare Metal, the German version, because I can. Basically, if your opponent tries to activate a card or effect immediately after it resolves, inflict 500 damage to them. So it's just basically if you attack with 3 Dark Magicians, you did 7,500, you need that 500 more damage, just plop 1 of these, pass. They're not going to do anything because they can't get rid of it without hurting themselves for a game. Big Eye, take 1 monster your opponent controls, real good. High Magician, I don't ever really go into him, but he's pretty good. You can activate quick spells or traps from your hand by detaching, so it is pretty decent. Also, when it's destroyed, you can special summon a Dark Spellcaster from your grave, so like another Dark Magician. This is the one I go into. So, Ebon Illusion Magician, basically detach to special summon a Dark Magician from hand or deck, and on the declaration of attack between a Dark Magician, or well, a normal Dark Spellcaster, but that's Dark Magician is the only one you got, you get to banish 1 card. So there is a cool thing where you get to have, if you have both of them on the field, you attack a monster that has like, let's say they have a stupid 5-headed dragon. Alright, screw the 5-headed dragon. You attack, you think you would lose 25, right? Nope. On the declaration of attack, banish, replay happens, you can attack directly. So it's great. And then, like I said, Galaxy Tomahawk. Galaxy Tomahawk just basically special summons as many tokens as you possibly can. And then you already know what you can do with tokens in this game with links. So yeah, that is the Dark Magician profile. Like, comment, subscribe, send your friends to the Shadow Realm.